Hello, folks. Today I'll be addressing what I believe is one of the most significant challenges we will face in educational technology in the coming 3 to 5 years, which is effectively implementing personalized learning across our educational systems. Now, this isn't just about adding technology, but it's about fundamentally rethinking how we approach teaching and learning for each individual student. Personalized learning can be different things for different people. So before diving in, I want to clarify what I mean by personalized learning. At its core, it's an approach that tailors learning experiences to individual students. This includes flexibility in content and learning paths, using data to inform instructional decisions, fostering student agency, and focusing on mastery rather than seat time. According to Knowles, self-directed learning, SDL, is a process in which individuals take the initiative, with or without help from others, in diagnosing their learning needs, formulating goals, identifying human and material resources, choosing and implementing appropriate learning strategies, and evaluating learning outcomes. So why this matters now? Why is personalized learning such a critical challenge now? We're seeing a widening achievement gap in our schools, alongside increasingly diverse student populations with varying needs. Parents and communities expect schools to meet each child where they are. Additionally, technology has finally advanced to a point where true personalization is becoming feasible at scale. In our post-pandemic educational landscape, addressing varied learning gaps has become more urgent than ever. So we have to address all of these stakeholder challenges. What makes personalized learning particularly complex is that it impacts every stakeholder in an educational ecosystem. True implementation requires alignment and support across multiple groups, each with their own perspectives, needs, and challenges. Let's examine each of these stakeholders to understand the full picture. As an EdTech leader, facilitator, coordinator, one has to take into consideration all of the stakeholders. So for the educator, for teachers, the promise of personalization often comes with the fear of increased complexity. Yet another thing that has to be learned. Let's look at specific challenges and solutions. To address the increased planning complexity, EdTech teams can recommend simplified dashboards that visualize student progress patterns without overwhelming details. To address the increased planning complexity, EdTech teams can recommend simplified dashboards that visualize student progress without overwhelming details, such as Canvas's Student Learning Mastery Gradebook, which is color-coded. For assessment management burden, can implement automated grading systems with customizable rubrics that handle routine feedback while flagging areas needing teacher attention. Classroom orchestration challenges can be solved through monitoring consoles that show real-time student activity across different learning paths. Professional development needs can be met through contextual training embedded directly within tools, helping teachers develop skills during actual usage rather than in separate sessions. Some examples of those would be Google Classroom training modules, Pear Deck Instructor Mode, Microsoft Education Coach. Some LMSs, learning management systems, already take it upon themselves to show people what needs to be done as they go. Finally, to help with resource discovery, AI-powered recommendation engines can suggest relevant content-based or curriculum goals and student needs, saving teachers countless of hours of searching. For students, personalized learning environments must address several key challenges. To support students lacking self-regulation skills, we can implement guide guided goal-setting wizards that scaffold the planning process with gradually reducing support. To handle varying digital literacy levels, interfaces should adapt their complexity based on the user comfort, with simplified views for novices and advanced options for experienced users. To prevent isolation, collaborative learning projects can connect students working on similar concepts even when following different paths. For equity concerns, we need to ensure platforms offer offline functionality and that work across diverse devices, preventing a digital divide as much as possible. And to maintain motivation, personalized progress visualizations, a lot of gamification, if you will, can show students their growth in engaging ways that connects to their individual goals. These solutions build student agency while providing appropriate scaffolding for learners who need additional support. For administrators facing tough implementation decisions, EdTech teams can offer targeted solutions. To address resource allocation challenges, predictive and analytics dashboards can model various scenarios showing the potential impact of different staffing, scheduling, and technology investments. I provided here an example that I created using Anthropic's Claude.ai. For measuring effectiveness concerns, multi-metric impact visualizations can display both traditional and innovative measures of success, connecting personalization to outcomes administrators value. To manage complex organizational change, staged implementation toolkits provide templates, timelines, and change management resources customized to the school context. An example of a staged implementation tool is one that comes directly from the IST Essential Conditionals framework. It gives the teachers IST Standards for Educators implementation guide, so it walks you through how to implement new technology. For those of us in leadership roles in educational technology, personalized learning demands sophisticated technical solutions. We need systems that talk to each other seamlessly. We need robust data privacy protections and the capacity to support users across various platforms. The user experience must be intuitive enough that technology enhances rather than hinders personalization. People that are in leadership roles in educational technology need to be able to train teachers, students, administrators, and themselves. The people that are there in the roles as facilitators, directors, coordinators, they need to know a multiple ways of doing things. And curiosity has to be at the bottom of it. People need to want to learn new applications. Now, it's difficult to become an expert whenever you're looking at a whole range of things, but you need to be comfortable enough to be able to teach other people how to use the applications. So despite the challenges, personalized learning represents our best opportunity to create an educational system that truly meets each student where they are. When implemented thoughtfully, I think it'll increase student engagement. It'll develop critical future-ready skills. It'll provide professional renewal for teachers and creates learning environments that honor individual differences. As EdTech leaders, navigating this challenge successfully over the next 2 to 5 years will require patience, strategic thinking, and continuous learning. But the potential impact on student outcome makes it well worth the effort. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful